who's not
I got that. I got that. I got it.
yeah,
Should you share your screen?
start my time when the screen share starts, because I'm not saying
Yeah,
anything right now.
we waiting on you to do it, family. All right, there you go. All right, hold up. All right.
Okay. Everybody see my screen? Oh,
Yep.
okay. First, I'd like to start off with the premise of this debate is whether this Great Pyramid, the one in the middle, is built by Pharaoh Khufu and his men under his reign, which is his time period. I just want everybody to look at the screen closely to see that a lot of people think that there are 3 pyramids. There are actually 6 pyramids, 6 Akhus in the area. Okay. And we're going to look at, can everybody see the screen? It should say Pyramid G1C. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you zoom it a little bit?
Can I what? Zoom it in? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like everybody to right off the bat that the three pyramids that are the smaller ones that are beside the Great Pyramid, nobody has verified what those pyramids are for or who they are for. If you can see, one is called Pyramid GC, and here in the red, it says Henneston is thought to have been buried in there. Thought to have been buried in the tomb, but the identification is doubtful. So the one small pyramid, they don't know who it's for. The next one is G1B, and it says Egyptologist Mark Lenner and Rainer Stellman attribute the Queen Mary Titi's. Zahi Hawass, however, attributes it to Queen Nobet. So that pyramid, they haven't been established whose pyramid that one is. That's Pyramid G1. Okay, and here in the red underline, the of the pyramid that it is for the king's ka, or it represents king, the viceroy of the king, or it's a dummy room for the said. So there are 3 pyramids beside the Great Pyramid that no one knows what they are for or who they are for. It is up for grabs. That is according to the Wikipedia research. It has not been established. So we have to establish that there's 3 pyramids right off the bat that we don't know who they are for. Now, we're going to go to this. This is the Royal Canon display at the Egyptian Museum in Turin, the Turin Museum. And if everybody can see that, this is the King's List. Again, I add this from my last debate. Everybody can see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now that Turin, all right, that Turin's list, if we go to column 4-1, 10, this is the Turin King's List created by the Cometians themselves. We see here I have circled in the red, it says Renput, and then there's 2 10 marks and a 3. That is Khufu ruling for 23 years. So they have Khufu ruling for 23 years, according to the Cometians themselves. Okay? The time period that they give for Khufu to have built the pyramid is 20 years of that 23 years. And in that 20-year period, Khufu is being taught to have built this gigantic pyramid here.
We didn't hear it.
Made of over 2 million stones. This is what's being taught in certain aspects of academia. Okay, now here is the claim that they're making that the brother has to somehow explain. Now we are in Need for Science article, which explains there are about 2.5 million cubic centimeters based on the estimate construction of the pyramids. 20 years meant placing 800 tons of stone blocks every day. Okay, so Khufu has 20 years of his reign to build this pyramid, and they have to place 8 every day. In addition, since it comprises 2.3 million blocks, construction in 20 years required to relocate the installation on average over 12 blocks. Let me blow this up. Over 12 blocks every hour, day and night. And Egyptologist Flinders Petrie made the first precise measurement of the pyramid, and it goes on. So somehow people have to show that 12 blocks every hour is going up, nonstop, day and night, no rest, no travel, just teleporting from 600 miles away all the way to the top of the pyramid, which is 480 feet. And this is supposedly done by Khufu, and this is the claim. Now to get into what they're saying this pyramid was for. Okay, so the supposed purpose of this, according to the video that I have that I can find that Ankh said, was that this was a tomb. I want to show everybody, this is the inside of a tomb. Everybody can see this video. We're inside of an actual tomb. This is the Saqqara pyramid of Unas. Can you see this, JJ?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. We're inside of this has been reopened after 28 years of closure. And inside of this pyramid, we see the tomb markings, the writing, the pyramid stories of how the pharaoh is going to get to the afterlife. This is what the inside of a pyramid looks like, built for a pharaoh. The pyramid that is built for a pharaoh, like this inside, because the purpose of it, the Saqqara, is supposed to be for a tomb. And as you can see, we're inside.
Both are accomplished. They both read hieroglyphs. It's fantastic. The two of them explain, everything you see, they can read them and interpret.
Okay. That is what the inside of a pyramid looks like. That is for the purpose of a king. That is what it looks like. Okay. This is my student, one of my students that I teach in his family, and going inside of the tomb, one of the tomb of Ramesses, going inside of where the pharaohs are buried, or where it's prepared for the pharaohs, and this is what it looks like. This is what that looks like. Okay, this is called the Valley of the Kings, and this is where the pharaohs were actually buried. This is the inside of the tomb. Once again, my students make trips to Kemet, send back images, and this is the inside of a tomb, Nefertari's tomb. Do you see how beautiful it is? Do you see what it looks like? This is the preparation for the afterlife of what a tomb or a pyramid is to be built for. These are the signs that you look for to see if this pyramid or this tomb was made for a king. This is what it looks like. Okay, Kofi, do you see that? Jeremiah, can you see the screen? I have to always check my computer.
Yes.
Okay, good. This is the inside of a tomb built for a king. That's what that looks like. Okay? Now, we're going to go inside of the so-called Khufu's pyramid. The inside of that. This is the inside of Khufu's pyramid. Can everybody see that? It is completely blank. There's no writings of an afterlife. There's no signs of a tomb. There's no signs that it was made for a king, by a king, for any purpose whatsoever. It is blank inside. No pretty images as we've seen. It is blank inside. Here is the dummy coffin. Around the coffin, this should have pyramid text writings or stories of the afterlife. The inside of Khufu's tomb has absolutely nothing. Here is the chamber, and inside we just see dead brick walls, not a sign of any indication that this is built for a pharaoh. And the purpose of them building these tombs and these pyramids are for their afterlife. Okay, now we're going to look at when a pharaoh builds a tomb, or when he builds a statue around his tomb or around his area. Here's what it looks like. This is one of my students, a student here. His name is DC, and this is him standing in front of Ramesses, the statues of Ramesses. Do you see how large these statues are and how large the chair is compared to, sorry, I lost the screen, the back up, sorry. compared to a regular person, this is what a pharaoh builds when he has a tomb. What is this? This is wrong. 1 second, please. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what this is. Drive.
Making us hungry now, champ.
Sorry, is my screen? I stopped. Pause my time, please. I don't know.
If you don't mind, can you hold his time till you get back up, please? If
Back on.
it's okay with Uncle.
Okay, tell me if you can see my screen again, please.
Well, working on the family. Let me see.
Okay.
No, not yet.
If you can see the screen.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, it
Hold
says
on.
stop sharing. So
No,
it
no,
says
no,
I'm
you
sharing.
good now. There you go. There you
No,
go.
is anything showing? Good now? Okay, good. Now that is the size of the statues that are around tombs and are around pharaoh's belongings. Huge monumental statues, bigger, much bigger. My students is not even the size of Ramesses' foot. Okay. All right. Here is what they found around the so-called Pyramid of Giza. What did they find? One statue of Pharaoh Khufu. One little it says three-dimensional depiction of Khufu, which survives largely intact. His dating is repeatedly questioned. Zahi Hawass doubts that it's even statues that go back to the Old Kingdom. And let's look at the size of Khufu's statue that they found around, because this is the greatest of all pyramids. So this was one of the greatest of all pharaohs if he built this huge, monumental, undiscoverable pyramid. The science inside this pyramid is undiscoverable to this day. They can't figure it out. And guess how big his statue is? 7.5 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters long. This little thing is not even the size of is it the size of a finger? This little statue right here, 7.5 centimeters. That is the statue that Pharaoh Khufu, the builder of the greatest monument on this planet, put by his pyramid as his tomb. That's what they found. Okay, now they found some other things that led to people believing. This is what led to people believing that Pharaoh Khufu built this pyramid from scratch, made this pyramid. It came from Howard Weiss. Here's Howard Weiss here. Now, Howard Weiss also discovered numerous graffiti in the chambers dating to the time of the pyramids were built. Okay, Howard Weiss found Khufu's name in the pyramid, in the so-called Pyramid of Giza. Here it says, also part of the work, gang graffiti are found at the Lady Arbitroth chamber. And it says, Kunum Kuf. They call this graffiti. Okay, when they find the pyramid text in regular tombs, they call it pyramid text, hieroglyphics, and metanetter. What they found in Khufu's tomb is graffiti. This is the man right here, Howard Weiss, that found it. And let me read this. Howard first visited Egypt in 1835 and 1836 and joined excavations of Giovanni Battista at Giza. Weiss found calligraphy unproductive.
2 minutes remaining.
Unproductive. And here's what he found, everybody. Remember those beautiful images that I showed of the what it looks like? Here's what he found inside the pyramid. This is the only glyph, and these are gang graffiti. You see the graffiti writing compared to the beauty of what we found in an actual tomb. Okay. All right, a second. Ready? Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm just introducing by showing where the idea of the pyramid being traced to Khufu came from, and how the pyramids that are around that area, they haven't even verified whose they are. The statue that they found of Khufu is 7 centimeters, and the only writing of Khufu's name inside the pyramid is the gang graffiti. We're going to begin this, and then we have to go into round 2, into the actual writing of the Cometians of what they said Khufu's story was when he discovered the pyramid. We're going into Cairo Museum now. This is called the Inventory Stela. This is the inventory stela separated into 3 lines, the 3 sections, LR and LRB, and then the third pedestal, fourth pedestal, which is P. This is the inventory stela of the Kemetians about to describe Pharaoh Khufu's story of his interaction with the pyramid. Okay, now we're going to translate. Here it is at the bottom of the pedestal. It says the plans of the image of Har-Em Akhet were brought forth in order to bring revision, saying the disposition of the image is very redoubtable. He restored the statue.
Time.
Let him finish this out. Let him finish reading this. Unc said he didn't care.
Okay. He restored the statue and covered the painting, the guardians of the atmosphere, which guides the glided stone, which is in length of 7 eels. It came to make Tor in order to see the thunderbolts, bolts. And this is describing Khufu's interaction with the Giza complex, how he already came across the Sphinx, which is the Harokuti, and he came across the pyramid, which we're gonna continue in the second round, showing that Pharaoh Khufu, my claim and the Kemetians' claim is that Pharaoh Khufu already came across the Giza site, found the pyramid, and found the Sphinx, and found the Temple of Isis, and started restoring them, and started fixing them, and they were already there. It was not built by him. I'm going to pause here, and we'll continue in the second round.
All right, good.